Hello, this is Sergeant First Class Foy from the St. Paul Recruiting Center, St. Paul Recruiting Company, Minneapolis Recruiting Battalion, 3rd Recruiting Brigade. Tonight I'm going to walk you through Google Calendar for recruiters, how to set up the initial sharing of the calendar, as well as creating events and some of the different tools and techniques that you can use through Google Calendar via the ePlanner. The very first thing that we need to do in order to do this is go into your account. So you're going to sign in. When you sign in, you're going to use your GoArmy.com account. Get signed in here. And once we are signed into our account, we're going to go up to the 9 little buttons, which are your apps. You're going to select that and then come down and select your calendar. And then this is the calendar view when you first log in. So what we're going to do now is set up the initial sharing and how that process works. So within my center we have a separate Gmail account that is the calendar that everyone shares their events to. And the reason we do that is because right now there's not enough space, or we don't have enough licensing to handle all of the for each center to have a GoArmy.com account. So we had to create a separate account, just kind of adapt and improvise and come up with a way that we can do this so it's not tied to one individual person. That way, if I leave my center, I can just take the username and password and give it to the incoming center leader, and then they'll still have the information. It's just limited amount of moving parts for everyone involved. So we're going to click on the settings and come down the settings. And then once in here, you can see that these are the different automatic settings that are ready to go. So you want to make sure that you have your current time zone. Date format can be however you want. Time format. Default event duration, 60 minutes. If you change it to 30 minutes, you can change it to 15 minutes, 90 minutes, 120 minutes. You can change when your week starts. You can change your working hours. In order to do so, you just have to select this radio button, and then that'll allow you to change your work hours for what days. You can dim past events, dim recurring future events. You can show weekends, your default view, depending on how you want to do it. You can do day, week, month, custom view, or agenda. Your custom view, you can change this for how many days or weeks that you want it to show. Do your zip code, so I'm going to go ahead and put in the zip code of my recruiting center. You can show your weather based on your location. I select that, and then I'll show you where that populates, as well as how that works with the agenda. Show events you have declined. Again, these are just personal preferences up to this point. And then you can go ahead and click Save. Then you need to come right back into the same setup. So settings again, settings one more time. You're going to come up to the Calendars tab at the top. You will come over to Shared Edit Settings. And from here, you will go in, like I said earlier, we share our calendar with a separate account that is not part of the organization. So I have to do mine through a separate Gmail account that we've created. So this account, you can have them see all event details. Because it's me and I'm the same person, I'm going to have myself be able to make changes and manage the sharing on that particular calendar. So you have that. You'll click Add Person. Now you can see this is the new calendar that I added, and I'm going to save this. And the little pop-up that shows just says that I want to give access to an email address outside of the calendar's organization. So we're going to allow that. Come back in, and now we can go back into our actual individual calendar. So that's how you set up the sharing a calendar. If you want to share your calendar with other individuals within the recruiting center with their GoArmy.com email addresses, you can do that there as well. Now we want to get into how to create an event. So once you come in, you're just going to create an event. And let's say that we want to do a high school visit. So we'll do a high school visit. You can see the date. The time is automatically that block of time that you had deferred to earlier. So if it's 60 minutes, it's going to give you an hour block. So we're just going to say for this that it's 12:30 to 13:30 today that we did it. Enter a location. Since everything is tied to Google, this is going to allow you to use the easy find. Just start typing in and then it will auto-populate some of the different places. So we're going to go to Eastridge High School. I want to invite someone to come with me. So add guests. You can start typing. You can type in their last name if you know what their last name is. And you can come down and you can search for it that way. If you know their email address, you can start typing in their email address for it to come in that way. As long as they're in the organization, and again, the organization created already is thegoarmy.com. Now we do have organizations that have already been put together in terms of my recruiting center is already there. So if I start typing in my recruiting center, then it says St. Paul, Minnesota Army Recruiting Center. If I click on this, then everyone that our IMO offices have put into that grouping will all be included in the same event. So that's just, if you want to get the event out to everybody and invite everybody to the event, that's an easy way to do it, is you can just start typing in your RSID and it should populate as long as the IMOs have already gone ahead and grouped everyone together. So once you're done with that, you would just click add and then just click add here. So I'm going to show you one real quick just so that we can show you how it looks. So we're going to add this individual person. Now this person is added. So you can see down here, if you want to guess, they'll be able to respond yes, they're going to attend, maybe no, and then if you're awaiting a response, his calendar cannot be shown just because he hasn't shared his calendar with me yet. Description, so you're just going to put in what you're going to do at the school. So from a recruiter level, this is what you want to achieve when you go to the school. So if you want 5 new leads, 1 appointment, 1 classroom presentation, and then you can put in there some of the different things that you want to do. So if you want to take the prize wheel, if you want to take maybe prize packages to pass out, we like to get some business through Twitter while we're there. So you need a Twitter hashtag that's unique to each school. And then down here you have event colors. If you want to change the color for a specific, if you want your high school visits to all be one color, that is up to each individual user how they want to do it. Reminders or pop-up or email. You can select both. Again, it's personal preference on how you want to do that. I'm not a big fan of getting emailed every time. Just a simple pop-up that shows up on my phone is simple enough for me. So once you get this done, you're going to go ahead and save it. And then would you like to send the invitation to guests? You're going to go ahead and send. And now you can see that the event has populated on my calendar. So one of the preferences when we did the initial setup was dimming past events. It was a past event since I did it for earlier today. Therefore, it's going to show as a dimmed one. In addition, you can use the quick add feature. So the quick add feature is if you're out and you need to do something real quick without going through the whole thing, you can just kind of go meeting with Jones, and you can do that at 13:30 on 10/28, and then it'll automatically put in your meeting with Jones at that time. Once you're back at the center, you have more time, or you're home, whatever, then you can come back in, you can edit your event, and you can do all those different things. You can add the location, but with that quick add feature, it's going to allow you to just type in there what you want it to say. It's going to take care of it for you, and then you can come in and modify it later. So you come back out to the event. Another thing that you can do with this is when you come in, you create an event. So you can do, you're going to do physical fitness training and hygiene. So you just come in and type this up. You can get it to start when your prescribed time for for PT. So we come through and get it set up. Now we're going to change this, get that set up. It's going to start then. Now you want it to be a repeating event. So you're going to come in here and you can add the days that you want this event to repeat. So I don't want it to repeat on the weekends. So I'm going to have it start today. It's going to go Monday through Friday. Now it's going to show up on the calendar as a recurring event. And that'll go until infinity, until you come in and stop it if you choose to do that. Or you can put a stopping date on there. So if we go with LA Fitness and we go St. Paul, or select the one closest to my recruiting center. In the description you can put in there whatever, you don't have to put anything in there. Just get something put in there for you. Again, a pop-up reminder. Now I don't need a reminder to do physical fitness every morning at 10 minutes, so I know that that's in my schedule and what I'm going to do, so I can just go ahead and remove that reminder. Then we're going to save that event, and then our physical fitness and hygiene comes up, and like I said, that's going to be a recurring event. It just continues to go on until you change it. Another neat feature of the calendar is you can come over and you can select agenda. And when you select agenda, it's going to show you what you have on schedule for each day. So for today, I know that I have a high school visit planned at East Ridge High School from this time to this time. When we added the weather earlier, here's your weather forecast that tells you what the weather is going to be for each day. So for today and Monday, the weather's about the same. For Tuesday, you can see it gets a little colder. Looks like we might have some rain or something coming in. So we just click on the forecast, and then there's your weather information for you there. So you can copy it to your calendar, those different types of things. Another neat feature of this one is you come over here and you can do browse interesting calendars. You can come over, they have all the holidays, so if you wanted to add all the Christian holidays, all the Jewish, Muslim, Orthodox holidays in different countries, if you have sports holidays. We're big hockey fans in my family, so if we select the NHL, we come down and we make sure that we're on the Penguins, subscribe to their calendar. Now when I go back to my calendar and I show the agenda, I can see here that the Devils and the Penguins are playing on Tuesday night. I can go back to my 4-day plan. You can see it here. If I go back to my week plan, these are all the upcoming games that the Penguins are going to have. If I go back to last week, now that I've subscribed, it tells you what the scores of the games that were already played. Just something different. If it's your own calendar, you can do what you need to do with it. Those types of things. But the main feature here is just to be able to go in and add or create a new event. You have the quick add feature again. You can just type in the text and get what you want out of that. And then you have the agenda view that can be used as a quick check just to see, make sure you have everything planned for the day and make sure you know exactly what you're doing. So that's it for this presentation. The next one that we're going to do is how to set up the Google Calendar and use it for the center leader view, as far as the center and how everything looks when everything comes together.